Guys, so welcome to the last episode for 2023. Eddie and I are excited to throw out this last podcast episode. Think about all the things that we all have learned throughout this year. I know that we've learned how to become more fearless, really go after the things that we feel in our gut, where by doing so, we can continue to contribute to this industry, bringing value to everyone in the green industry. So on this episode, we switched it up a little bit. Eddie came out of left field to ask me some questions, and let me just name a few of them. He asked me to reflect on key challenges the industry faced in 2023. He asked me about emerging trends that I see personally in the green industry. He also asked me what other categories within the green industry I would like to interview for 2024. What opportunities you guys, as listeners, you guys have to contribute to the show. What advice I had for you guys to really kick it up a notch and grasp every opportunity possible in this upcoming year. Habits that contributed to my success over the years, and how others like yourselves can adapt similar strategies to implement this into your life. So aside from those questions, guys, we also dive into 2024 on what predictions are and what we expect for this upcoming year, giving you guys a game plan on what to do for 2024 to bring it to the table and be the best you. This episode, guys, is a great one. And without further ado, let's jump right in. Let's go.
Are you ready to grow? The Plant Movement with Willie Rodriguez of A's Ornamental Nursery in sunny South Florida is the podcast for those in the nursery business. Garden centers, landscapers, power growers, and plant enthusiasts. Willie is a passionate leader in the plant movement and has helped others grow their business into multi-million-dollar companies. This show will save you time, money, and headaches through top-notch education and by connecting you to experts in the industry. Let's grow. Here's your host, Willie Rodriguez.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to the last and final episode for 2023 here at the Plant Movement Podcast. It has been a joy to do these podcasts, and 2023 has taught us so much.
Yes.
I feel like the podcast has evolved. The listener base, you guys listening, I feel like you guys have evolved. You guys have been able to grasp things from this, learn from the education that we put out, things that we've learned over the course of a time period of a career. No, yeah, and then just the past couple of years of doing podcasting and trying to just bring crispiness, you know, and really do something.
Bring value
And do something, you know, good for the industry, something powerful, and really stand out. Help you guys stand out, and the guests that we've had on. Wow. I feel like the podcasts have just gotten so much better.
It has evolved.
It's evolved. The people that come on, they come ready.
Yeah, they do.
You know, really bringing value.
No, and quality. They're quality people. They're quality people. So,
yeah.
You know, they bring a lot of value that could change your whole business.
For real, man. just so much positivity. And so much empowerment is what I see. And we have more episodes recorded for 2024 that are really, really good, guys. It's just exciting. I can't wait to see what the next year brings and who comes on. You know, you guys listening, you're listening. It's like, why haven't you reached out? You know, there's a podcast for our industry. And anyone that intertwines with our industry, there's so many things. There's just so many avenues that this industry takes, you know, turns on and touches. That it's, I don't know, man, the options are endless for these podcasts. Like, I feel like
and the opportunities for you to be featured.
100%. 100%. Like, for me, I love opportunities. I'm an opportunity chaser. So, like, if I have an opportunity or I see an opportunity, I'm definitely going to reach out.
Of course.
And bring fire and value to the table to really stand out. You know, guys, we're about to jump into 2024.
Yep.
You know, like, time's ticking. It's the most valuable thing we have. So what are you doing with your time? Why not jump on a podcast? Why not stand out? You know, and just all the things that the podcast really does, like, just so much. It puts you on another level, and it allows you to speak. And one thing that I've learned from doing this is that you connect with people in different ways. And like when you look at, let's say, customer base, like, for us, like, I've had so many clients that I've spoken with, or we've, you know, been able to help them in different ways, but they didn't know who we are or who I am or anything like that. But being able to speak on a podcast and them listen, it's like, man, I feel like I know you.
Of course.
That's what that brings. It brings that personal touch, that edge that's different. You know, something that it might not come up in a conversation with the person, But now you jump on a podcast and that specific thing pops up, and it just
you like
allows
open
you.
up. Yeah, you open up.
You open up, and it allows you to really impact and touch and connect with others in many different ways. And today, the way things are today, people want to do business with good people. You know, the guys that are moving, they need people that can help them move.
Of course, and people like to relate to. Maybe you hear a story that you connect with, you know, and you're like, oh, wow. So this person went through all that, and they were able to be successful and accomplish, you know, have their own business booming. And so many good stories that we've heard these last few years, you know. It's amazing where people are at and what they went through to get to where they're at.
Yeah, and it allows you to connect with people in a crazy way, and just so many things. Like, look at Nova Hardscapes. That's one episode for the books. Yeah. Nazir brought just straight fire. If you guys haven't listened to it, you gotta listen to it.
And positivity.
Yeah, Nova Hardscapes. Like there's a bunch, but that one in particular, like just his story. He told me that he's had over 20 people reach out to him, in regards to not just purchasing stuff from him from Florida and other states as well, but just connecting with him. Others that have similar stories. That it's like, man, I didn't know you went through all that, and it helped him just bond and connect, which is what you want in business, guys. You want the connections and relationships really empower just everything, the whole process and everything, because you have a friend, you have a brother, you know.
Now that we're on the topic, you know, we have a lot to talk about today.
We have a lot to talk about,
let's go off that. Let's reflect on some highlights and like challenges in the green industry for 2023 that we've experienced.
Okay. We've experienced a lot, man. 2023, guys, things that I've learned is that you have to see 10 steps ahead.
Okay.
That would be one thing that really goes through my mind, because we've had a lot of challenges, price increases, and, you know, even shortages and stuff like that.
That could affect everybody in the industry, landscapers, garden centers, wholesale nurseries, in a whole.
Yeah.
So any challenges that 2023 allowed you to grow on, or that you experienced that, you know, are a little bit different than the years prior?
Oof. One of the challenges I see that we've had to try to overcome,
as a green industry as a whole, or as you personally?
Green industry as a whole, I feel like is projections for 2024.
So in 2023, you're just thinking about 2024.
Basically, you know, guys, as a plant grower, you think 5 years ahead, at least, you know, and I think anybody in business should, you know, you should have a game plan if you could see that far. And if you don't, it's okay. You know, maybe you're not there yet. Mentally, you don't understand the process 100%. You're still in the beginning stages, which is cool. I've been there too, where I didn't even know what I was going to do tomorrow, that I was just waiting for the day to arrive. But challenges are, it's like, what am I going to do for next year? That's something that I was thinking of earlier on, because, guys, it's not, what am I going to do next year, projection-wise, planting-wise, stuff like that. And just, that's not what it is. No, we're playing with millions of dollars.
I get it. But have you seen challenges within size-wise of plants, or getting pots?
Yeah. Oh,
like
100%.
What challenges, like, besides
we haven't seen shortages of pots that much. We've seen increases in prices in 2023, but there's ways around it, at least if you really dig deep, and we've dug deep and we found ways around it.
And you're referring to what as in prices?
Pots. Prices have gone up. But
and plants?
Plants, man, what I've seen for 2023 is a immense shortage of quality for the people that are growing product. And that's why I feel like it's so important to continue trying to make the best product possible, because imagine, I can go into 50 different rabbit holes right now.
Well, how have you yourself, as a business wholesale nursery owner, put in that work, or what have you done to allow you to grow the best product possible?
Yeah, so one of the things we did was we finally brought on a grower. And that's been something that we've wanted, but it's a big expense. And aside from a big expense, it's like, you know, you feel confident in what you bring to the table. And it wasn't so much that we weren't growing a good quality product. It was more of the sense of, how can I buy more time?
Okay.
So
or maybe also perfecting a quality product?
Perfecting a quality product by bringing someone that's more skilled, but also getting time back to be able to go after something else, or to be able to do something else. Those are the two main things why we brought on a grower. But a grower, guys, is someone that is certified. They went to school to be a plant doctor, basically. Right. They're a physician for plants.
Right.
And now any issues we have, or anything we want to grow, or anything that we're growing for the next, you know, for a landscaper that has a project in 6 months, whatever it may be, it's like we're guaranteed, we know, because this is this guy's job, This is your job. This is what we got to do. We got to execute it. You got to make it happen. And it's more of less stress on us. And it's more, giving someone a task.
Okay.
And it allows us to free up time, mentally and physical time, of being in a specific area or having to drive around, having to inspect all the product, having to check for bugs, having to do this. All that legwork that takes hours and hours and hours. It is a job. It's a full-time job.
So one challenge, I guess, in a way, is to free up time, and you found a solution by hiring somebody else to fill in the position that would take care of that position.
Exactly, but it's the right person, because not everyone's the right person.
Perfect. Perfect.
So that's one of the challenges that I saw, and then I don't know, just perfecting everything we do. Like you guys, there's so many things that you're doing right now that you might not notice, but there's ways that you can, with technology and other things, that you can implement to really free up your time. And when you look at it, you'll be like, oh, it costs $300 a year or $200 a month, but it's like, how much time are you spending on it? And your time is more valuable than anything. So it's like $200 a month or $300 a year really comes down to pennies at the end of the day, and you free up all this time. I've seen that, those challenges of overcoming the issues that have arose, and having a team, because without the team, nothing's possible at the end of the day. But having the team in place to be able to help combat all that and find solutions quickly. I've seen that as some of the issues, quality on different things that people are growing, that I wish that they would put more love into it.
So has that been an issue for you, supplying some of your customers when it comes to certain plants?
It's been issues. Because
like you said, you in previous podcasts, you don't grow everything, so you
100%.
do source, plants out. So,
we
that has
source,
been a challenge as well for the 2023.
100. Yeah,
just 100%. Like finding the best material.
Finding good people that can actually come through. People that you shake their hand and they're men.
Right.
Because we've had, we had a project that we were doing that it was like, I'll just say it was like $75,000 worth of palms from one grower. It was a lot more than that we had to ship up north. And I went over there, shook his hand, everything gravy. I told him, hey, I'll give you a check right now. We need you to hold them for 3 months. No problem, Willie. I don't need any money. I don't need nothing. Shook his hand, no problem. So 2 weeks before we had to, ship everything, we called him and told him, hey, we're going to be preparing everything. We need to drench everything. We need to do this. He's like, oh, no, man, I sold them already.
Wow.
So it's like, okay. So those are like hurdles where it's like, okay, here's another one that no more, and you just don't deal with a person anymore.
I get that.
And they lose their opportunities.
What did you do as a business to recover that? Because that's a lot of palms.
We ran. And we hunted them down, and we put faith in God to come through, at the end of the day.
So now with that experience, what would you do for future years?
Contracts. Written contracts but even a written contract at the end of the day, let's play it forward.
But would you even consider just start bringing them over to your nursery and taking care
of them? You can, man. You can, but the cost goes up.
Okay. Of the material.
Because you have the cost goes up. Yeah, the cost goes up, and then you don't have space for all of that either. Right. You do a contract. Hey, man, you're going to do this, and it's going to be this much and this and that. They don't come through. Or they sell it, or they go up under you, or they do whatever. Someone offers them $2 more, $5 more, whatever it may be. People are desperate at the end of the day, and we're going to see more of that as time goes on, because I think 24 and 25 are going to be a little bit rougher years.
Okay.
So you have a contract, and they do that. At the end of the day, what is a contract going to do? Yeah, you can go after them legally, but at the end of the day, you don't have the product. And what you need is the product. You're not trying to go after somebody and fight in a court. That's not what you're trying to do. So it's like, hey, you don't come through. You're not a man of your word. Bye. I don't have time for you. Sorry, my friend. Your opportunities are lost. And that was a person that we bought a lot of product off of throughout the years. Yeah.
So, okay.
So you learn not every man's word is like yours.
Is there anything else you see that landscapers or even garden centers might have seen as a challenge for 2023?
I've seen labor. A lot of people have talked to me about labor. A lot of people have big dreams. You guys have big, monstrous dreams. And I've seen that labor being one of them. I also saw a big challenge for a lot of landscapers that I've talked to, people that do hardscape, is that they grew too fast. That's one of the bigger things.
Like, what do you suggest?
Like think about it, guys. You went a couple years ago, some of you, I'm just throwing out numbers. You did $500,000 a year. And then you jumped to 1.5. You jumped to 2. And you're learning. It's a learning process. So if you don't understand everything, which is hard to understand everything, you need time, experience, and all of that to do that. But now you jump that massive in such a small period of time, because normalcy, guys, 20% a year. That's like a normal growth. You focus more on execution and you're not focused 100% on everything else. Referring to the booking, the bookkeeping, the money. Where's the money going? You're not implementing softwares like one that we are not sponsored by, but Jobber seems to be something that a lot of guys have told me that work very, very well. Just to even, put everything, even lunch and a nail and everything, like down to the last rock of what you spent for that project, where the money's going. And aside from that is that, you're a newbie, you jump in, you're making all this money, you're influenced by social media, you're influenced by the world. Worse if you're down here in South Florida, Miami's the hottest city in the nation right now. At the moment, yeah. So it's like you're influenced by all this crap, and then you think that the money's never going to run out. You think it's just going to keep on growing, which for some it does. I'm not going to say it doesn't, but for a majority it doesn't. It slows down. And if things slow down and your numbers aren't right and your things aren't right and you're out spending money on things that you shouldn't to live a lifestyle, and that becomes more of a focus, you get swallowed. And that's what I've seen.
That's a trend.
That's a trend. That's a trend.
So what you're saying is, if you're blowing up, don't forget to reinvest into your business.
100%.
Prioritize your business and don't blow all your money.
No, you need to do what's required of you. If you're making all this money, it's great. And that's not everybody's case. But for anybody listening, you have an opportunity to make money. That's your opportunity to grow. It's not, I got the opportunity to make money, let's go after the things that I've been wanting since I was a kid. Who cares? Put yourself last. Think about compounding your profits for 10, 15 years. And I know it sounds like a lifetime, but that's what it takes if you really want it. Imagine compounding that for 10, 15 years. What can be accomplished, what you can grow, where you can be, where your portfolio as a whole can be. Because, as you start growing in this industry, the majority of the people in this industry, guys, that have made millions and they're millionaires and they're 65, 70, and they're ready to cash out, their money's not just in the industry. Their money's into real estate all over the world. It's into different businesses. It's into so many different things, even private equity where they're lending out money. Right. There's just so much opportunity for more. And how are you ever going to achieve that if you give yourself that instant gratification on day one when you get that check? You made 10 grand. Okay, congratulations. Who cares? You need to put it all back.
Perfect. No, that's great.
That's great at the end of the day, 100, a million, whatever you did.
That's a great tip. So don't forget about your business.
Don't forget about your business. Put it first. Put yourself last. Right. And really focus on those things.
Perfect. All right. So what emerging trends in the green industry do you anticipate gaining more momentum for the coming year?
Industry trends. Ooh. Industry trends. One thing I see for this industry is more people wanting to learn. Okay. I see that being a trend. I hope and pray that something pops up. Either we can do it maybe this year, 2024, if we find the time to, and throw events, mentoring events of knowledge, events with speakers.
And we will.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like that's going to come, guys, with time. But I see more people wanting to soak up on knowledge.
Okay.
That's what I feel trending wise.
Like, do you feel more people are going to try to speak? What do you?
No, I feel like more people want to learn more. You look at all these other industries, in all the industries, real estate and just finance and stock market stuff, and even the green industry and the lawn care, like where Paul Jameson is, and all the events that they go to, like lawn maintenance and stuff like that, hardscapes. There's a lot of events for that, mentor events and events to do all of that. But for the green industry, when it comes to plants and landscaping and stuff like that, it's like, I haven't heard of them. Where are they?
Okay, right? So when you say that, you're referring to more like media stuff?
Not just media stuff, but events that people can go to. They can network, they can learn, things like that.
That's what I'm saying. So more social stuff? But
there's more stuff. Like FNGLA does a great job for the state of Florida, which the TPIE show, guys, is coming up in January. If you guys want to go, it's in Fort Lauderdale. That's one thing that I see that I would love to be a trend, just because I see more people wanting to soak up more knowledge on just how to, on the grower side of things, on perspectives of the future.
So you want more people
landscaping,
to attend more events?
No, I see more people engaging on learning about the industry. Okay. But there's a lack of content as a whole for the industry. There's a lack of content. Find me content on this industry. Go find it.
I understand. But besides that, let's go more into like the green aspect of it. Do you see any plants as in trends, or are people using a particular plant more for like the upcoming years? Like I remember you were saying one time people were using more of a particular plant. They went into like portocarpus.
Yeah.
And then they went from portocarpus to clusia. Do you
I
see
see
something
the
like that?
trend. I see certain things pop up, but it hasn't hit for the mass yet. Like I see portocarpus and clusia, at least for Florida, they're still the number one hedges.
Okay.
You
And,
know,
that,
like,
and about
in
how
the
long has that
masses.
been like popular for?
10 years plus.
Okay.
10 year plus.
So you
And
haven't
they
seen
normally
anything
run 10
yet?
years.
You haven't seen nothing else yet pop up like that?
Nothing that is like that. There are other ones, calophyllums. There's Japanese blueberries. Look, Japanese blueberries becoming very popular. So like you guys want to grow Japanese blueberry, go grow Japanese blueberry, because that's something that's coming up. Like you can grow portocarpus, you can grow clusia, you can grow the same thing that everyone else has, but why compete in a market that's saturated, where you have to do other things to stand out so people purchase from you? Go grow something that's in demand. You know, like I said before on a podcast, you want to know how to make a sale tomorrow. You go call a garden center, and the sales pitch isn't your sales pitch. You ask them, hey, what are the top 5 items that you're having trouble finding right now? Whether it be because of size or because they're not available or because whatever. What are the top 5 items? I'm going to bring them to you. I'm going to present them to you, and we go from there. And there you go. Now you know what you need to grow.
Right. So any other plants or anything that you see like spiking up in sales more than the previous years?
No, it's everything's consistent. Like here we see spikes in different things because, you know, the business is growing. So obviously we're going to sell more of different products because the business is growing in general. But nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. I see, you know, Ficus triangularis becoming more popular, but not really like that. There's nothing that's really hitting home runs, like coming to compete with the norm, the plants that are the norm right now. But I do see that there's opportunity for it. You know, you want to grow something funky, something cool. I wouldn't go out and do 1 million of them, but I would do a certain amount of them, and then it starts. You got to think about it, guys. Like when you're growing a plant, it's got to be a plant that landscape designers put in their installs, because the landscapers take the product at the end of the day, unless you're doing something that's going to end up in a retail garden center that's going to be more for, you know, homeowners. But then even then, that's a small quantity. Right. You know, you're not going to be flipping thousands or millions of them. I'm sure there are products, like I see, like if I put my mind in I jump in, let's say someone that sells plants in for the retail space online, I'm sure that there's plants that are, you know, that have overcome other ones. And they're super booming.
Like the snake plants.
Something with a pink flower, something with this, something with a pink leaf, or variegation with this and that. Like there are popular items that are becoming more popular. I have seen that in that space, but that's not something I touch 100%, so I wouldn't be the person to talk on it. Right. But I have seen that.
Well, me personally, I've seen about 3 trends that really have like hit like these last years.
Okay.
Like one starting with social media. A lot more people are on
100%.
social media. Number 2, turf. I never seen so much turf in installs. Like all the driveways with the little turf cuts.
Yeah. I feel like that's something over the past the past
2 years.
3-4 years has blown up.
Right.
Yeah.
So there has been a few trends that I've noticed, you know, especially a lot more people posting a lot more on social media, a lot more little music video content, like where they're showing plants or they're showing their landscape. A lot more than, you know, from when I started with you, you know, we weren't 100%. Seeing a lot. We were like pretty much like just the ones kind of like going at it pretty hard, you know, from the beginning. But that's what I've seen as a good trend. Is there anything else you've seen?
Yeah, I've seen more of that social media influence, just going out and trying to grasp people in different ways. I've seen more of that in the industry, on the landscaper side, even the nursery side. I've seen even nurseries go live and they just drive around and they don't say nothing, but they're on the golf cart and they drive around. Creates more of a connection and more opportunity.
Anyway, all right. So hopping a little bit more into like the podcast scene. What are some people you'll still like to feature for let's say for 2024 that we haven't hit yet? Like what categories? Like let's say we just featured an insurance guy. Okay. Would you like an attorney? Who's out there that you would like to still interview that, you know, really like calls your attention?
So someone I would like to interview that I've talked to, it's in the works. Let's see if it happens, and I'll tell you guys. It's Farm Bureau. Farm Credit. It's the bank for the industry. I really want to get them on because they really bring value, and you got to be ready. You know, you can't. They're not gonna they're not gonna throw a Hail Mary at you if you're not ready. But if you're ready, those are the people that can really bring value to you because they understand the industry. People like that, I want to bring on some people from FNGLA.
Okay.
I really think that, because these are people that have been in the industry most of their lives and they bring a lot of value.
Okay.
And they can really create opportunities for people. So someone like that, also like irrigation companies, people that do shade, people that trim trees. We haven't had anybody that does tree trimming come on. Someone that has a field-grown nursery come on. People that do pots. We had heralds come on. They do fertilizer and they touch other things as well. People that do shade houses. People that set up irrigation. People that can really bring value to what, let's say, on the grower side of things, and then on the landscaper, innovative products. Like, where are the people with the innovative products, with the tech in the industry? We had David Turra that has that program with Plentiful. For your products and stuff like that, to be able to keep everything in nice and neat and tight and on your computer, inventory. So just more of that, more of the tech, because there is tech popping up, but I would like to interview them and see where they see everything and how things are going for them, and just for you guys to learn and just be more open to grasping different things and just be ready.
Yeah, and with that, on that topic, with different people that are also connected to the green industry, is there any like special events or any collabs that we have on the horizon that might be kind of something for people to look forward to for 2024?
Well, we have the FNGLA show that starts in January, and then there's the other one in Orlando later in the year.
Okay. And then we have TPIE.
TPIE is January now.
Starting in January. All right.
Starting in January. Other collabs in regards to what, like plant logistics?
Anything, everything.
Okay.
We have this project that we have coming up with the people. That came.
So we have a project coming up, guys. That's really, really nice, and I can't believe that out of everybody, we were the ones that they reached out to. Amelia Earnhardt Park in Miami, where they're gonna be doing a place of peace. They're going to be doing a big concert there with 18 different artists and stuff like that, but it's going to be the 7 colors of the rainbow. And we're going to be helping them on this project, bringing in plants that have flowers or that give off that color, whether it be the leaves or anything like that. And we actually got to go there
we're going to check it out on Friday. Yeah,
we got to go in a couple days. And that's something that's going to be a great collab that we're able to do.
Updated. We'll keep you guys updated on more info on the event.
We'll keep you guys
that
updated.
Might be something you want to participate in.
You can participate, you want to go to, but there's a lot of things, guys. Like plant logistics is another one that we started in 2023. It's just it's more of a premier, good quality, good service, honesty, confidentiality of what it is, what the side of the logistics side of the industry is. Because, a trend that I've seen is, and it's not to bash anybody, but hey, guys, it's the truth. You hire a truck driving company, and then before you know it, they're calling you for plants. And what happens there is you can't be really a truck driver to go do logistics, and you can't be sourcing plants for yourself, because then it looks bad. It looks like you're going and you're backstabbing the people you're doing deliveries for and stuff like that, and people catch on quick. So if you guys are thinking about doing that or you're doing that, just pick what you want to do. You want to do logistics or you want to be a broker. Be honest and let people know, because when you hide things like that, it comes out, and when it comes out, it's ugly for you. And the industry's big, but it's small at the same time. So we just brought that to the table in a different way, where we also offer GPS tracking for it. You get a link, guys, that gets sent. So whoever puts on, whoever's getting a delivery, they get a link sent to them. And you can click on that link, and it shows you who the driver is, what their ETA is, where they are on Google Maps, and it just works really, really well. And it helps, the plant logistics at the end of the day bring something more of that value and personal touch.
What we try to do.
And we're not here to steal nobody's clients. We're not here to do none of that. We're just here to do good business and get things done. And we do know that there's a lot of people looking for services like that. So we just saw the opportunity based off a lot of different things. We had the fleet, we had everything, so we were able to crank it up and do it, creating more opportunity for the drivers just in case things slow down. We think of everything here. So it's just creating things like that. And we have a new project that we've been working on as well. This is something crazy exciting.
Yeah.
So I saw the need from people not having top quality in their nurseries, and it has to do with a million different things. But one of the things that came to my mind is, man, how can we really put a grower in everybody's hands, thinking for everybody? Make it cost effective, because a grower can start anywhere from 125, then go up to 350. Depends who you are, depends where you are, and who you're working for.
What are you referring by that? 125 to?
Oh, sorry, 125,000 up to 350,000 salary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry guys. So a grower, guys, a grower is not for everybody. You know, and to bring on someone that's trained, that's knowledgeable, they start anywhere from 125,000 a year up to 300,000 a year, maybe 350. Maybe it goes up from there, depending on who you are and where you're working and stuff like that. That's great, but it's only good for the big boys.
Yeah, your mean is not. It is for everybody. You know, it's just a matter of where you're at in your business.
I know, but for the majority, you can't pay a salary of
No,
that,
I understand.
You know?
But it's something that provides better value of product.
It provides better value of product, but if you're a 5-acre nursery or a 3-acre nursery,
it's all relative. So it's based off where you're at in your business.
Yes, but the majority of nurseries, you take 1,000 nurseries, you're gonna have 100 in the top percent, and you're gonna have 900 in a normal percent to a smaller percent. That's just what it is. Right. So I was thinking, how can I
provide that service for a lower percentage?
For people that are in the smaller percentage that don't have that money to throw into hiring someone with such a high salary and stuff like that. So we've been working on something on a new project called the Nursery Growers. And what that is basically getting a plant grower into your nursery, your garden center, anything like that, for a fraction of what the price is. It's going to be a monthly payment type subscription. And the most important thing is you have to abide by the rules out here when you're spraying pesticides, you're applying fertilizer, stuff like that, where you store it, the safety of the people that are using it, the people that are around you, and all those different things. And a lot of people don't do that. The fines start at $10,000. So the first thing we're going to do is go in there and get you 100% legit. Paper-wise, everything-wise. And then once you're 100% legit, we're going to start going into what it is that you need and how to get you on a spray schedule, how to properly document everything. And then when problems arise, how to get them done fast, quick, eliminated, and all of that. We've have the connections to do it, and that's something that we've been working on. We're looking to team up with different people, like fertilizer, chemical companies, stuff like that. We're looking to team up with you guys. So if any of you guys are listening and you see this as an opportunity that might strike something for you guys, we're here to listen. And this is something new that hasn't been done in a company format.
Look forward to it in 2024.
Yes.
We're still in the works. The website should be done soon, but it's getting there.
It's getting there, guys.
And we'll announce it once it's ready to go so you guys could check it out.
Yeah, this is something big that we're here telling you guys. But, you know, we love you guys because you guys listen. So.
And based on that, so what are some opportunities that listeners can actively participate, like in, contribute into like discussions and things like that for the show?
Oh, man, that's awesome. So one is DMing. You can send us an email to Eddie, EDDIE, at theplantmovementnetwork.com, Willie, WILLIE, at theplantmovementnetwork.com. You could do something like that. Every once in a while, we go on Instagram, we ask you guys questions. You guys can contribute that way. You guys can shoot us questions. Like, we're always open to just everything. Because, we're open because, when we're deciding on what podcast we're going to throw out next or what to record next, it's more what's relevant today that can help somebody in today's space. Right. So I don't know everybody that's listening. And if you guys are dealing with something, it's like, how cool would that be for you to reach out? And now maybe you jump on the podcast and we break down what's going on with you. 100%. Or you shoot us a topic and now we talk about it and it allows you to elevate. We had a young gentleman ask about that. It was about shipping. But I told him, I said, hey, come on and we'll do it together. But that's it. He never replied. He got a little scared, I guess.
And our goal is always to provide solutions. We want to provide solutions. Yeah. And that from day one, that was one of our biggest goals starting the podcast. Like, what solutions can we bring to audience? Yeah. It's part of value. We want the show to be nothing but value for the listeners. 100%. So everybody that comes on, we want them to represent themselves as a business, and what great does their business do for other people also in the industry.
100%.
Nothing but value and solutions. Like, if you're having a problem with this, you can contact this guy.
Exactly.
If you need rocks, we could call, Novo. If you have iguanas, don't worry about it. We got the iguana guy right over here. So we're trying to provide that for the industry, and we want you guys listening. Don't be afraid to tag along. We want to continue growing with everybody that's in this industry, and we want this industry and this podcast to be strong. 100%. We want this to be the Plant Movement Network for a reason. All of us, we're a network. We want to connect with everybody and continue growing with you guys.
Yeah. And everyone that's here, like you guys that are listening, we're all trying to do something. We're all trying to achieve something. And I don't know. One of the things that we're after is making this industry powerful and strong. You know, even though it is, but if you're dealing with something, it's like there's a million other guys that are dealing with it too. They already went through it.
Exactly.
So why not talk about it? Why not discuss about it?
Yeah.
You know, even lives. I've talked to Eddie. I'm like, man, I would love to go live at night and stuff like that, but my schedule is crazy. I have a whole nother schedule after hours.
Yeah, it's his kids.
You know, my kids and all the things that go on there. But I would love to do more of that too, just to engage that more one-on-one with everybody and really answer you guys' questions. Like, we've all been through different things, guys. So it's like we all have knowledge at the end of the day.
Let's get a little bit more personal.
Okay.
I have a nice little personal question.
I'm gonna get personal with you, bro.
Personal in a way, but it's more for the people. For individuals in the industry, what advice do you have for them, to thrive in their careers and make the most out of their opportunities?
Oh, that's a good question. The most out of their careers, for me, is give it 100%, guys. Like, even if you're somewhere that they don't see it, you still do it because you never know who's watching. And how can you go through a day not giving it 100%?
Give us an example.
An example, you're a landscaper and you're planting every plant exactly how it's supposed to be. You're turning it, using the pretty face, because every plant has a different side that's fuller, that's supposed to go left to right, whatever it may be. You're doing your due diligence. You're placing everything perfect. You're digging right. You're doing it all exactly how it's supposed to be, and your boss just walks right by you, never tells you anything, never says thank you, never does anything like that. Don't stop. Keep doing it. Keep putting your 100%, because if he doesn't see it, someone else will. And those are the things that you got to put the 100 in every single day. It allows you to elevate. We have, like a guy here that he was putting his 100, and I was seeing it. He's like, boss, I want to be a driver. I'm like, all right, don't worry. It's going to come. God wants you to be a driver. You're going to be a driver. Guess what? Week later, someone had to go. He got the job 3 days after that. So, and he got to level up and he got to make, not just more money, but now he's in a whole different chair, really, having a lot more fun.
Some advice based, on my side, my side of things, and something that I like to do is, I guess, never stop learning is an advice, so you could always continue driving. Like, keep looking into the next step, like seeing what else you could do to level your business up, or yourself. Is it taking a course, is it spending some time with a mentor, or is it just taking a few hours a day and reading something, or articles, or anything about your industry, or whatever you're trying to do. Always trying to elevate your mentality. You should never settle with kind of where you're at. You should always feel like there's always more that you can learn, because it's the truth. You're always learning something new. And in this game, especially here in Miami, everybody is competing with you. Yeah. There's always somebody trying to level up on you. Here it's a dog-eat-dog kind of industry. Well, not only industry, but world. Everybody here is always trying to do better than you. So, you got to stay aware of it, aware of what you're doing, seeing what else you could use maybe in your landscapes, how you could level up your landscapes, every year, little by little, trying different things. So just continue educating yourself is a little piece of advice that I would give.
You got to love yourself at the end of the day, and you got to believe in yourself. An idea comes to you, and it's like, all you got to do is put the pieces together, and you got to overcome things, and you got to go talk to that person. Who cares? Go talk to them. You know how many times I've gone into situations where I'm like, oh, Lord, here we go. I got to go talk to this person. Boom, and it happens right there, and everything happens exactly how it was supposed to happen, and boom, now we're there doing what we got to do. And then another thing for like 2024, aside from self-development, is one thing that we talk about a lot is assets, right? And it's all tangible assets. I talk about investing into real estate and really pushing and thriving and having a better product and, pay off things. And I'm a big advocate of all of that stuff. But it's like, you guys have an asset that is yourself. The business as a whole, what you guys sell, the services you provide, the knowledge you bring to the table, all of those things can be classified as assets. What you do, you get there on time, you put in 100%. Like we started selling plants to this landscape company, and the kid that's there, he's young, he's in his mid-20s. The driver got there at 5 o'clock in the morning, and he was already there. That's excellent. Like he was already there doing paperwork and doing everything. He's looking and he's hungry, he's looking for something else. Right. It's like you are an asset. If you bring value to the table, which is, I think, one of the most important things of everything that we've said today. 2024, guys, bring value, okay? Don't think about how you're going to take money from this guy's pocket and put it into yours, because it's limited, okay? Think about it's limited. Think about how you're going to add value to someone else's life. And I promise you from there, it'll be like a rocket ship to the moon, because that is already standing out. You're a needle in a haystack at the end of the day. Come find me. The Bible says you give and then you receive. Learn to be a giver. Don't hoard it all. Give it away. Give it out, whether it be knowledge, whether it be an opportunity, whatever it may be. Learn to do that, and don't forget that you yourself are an asset. If you bring value to the table, wherever you are in this industry or in the world, at the end of the day, you yourself are an asset. So put more into yourself by what Eddie said, educating, soaking up on knowledge, getting more fit, getting better, eating healthier as a whole. I feel like if you haven't started by 2023, I feel like 2024, bring it to the table, guys, because jumping on that topic, 2024, it's looking crazy.
Yeah. So another, still trying to stay on the same topic is face your fears.
Face those fears, baby.
Face your fears, because at the end of the day, it's one life,
Mm-hmm.
And if you're really trying to level up in your business, face your fears. Go for it. It's better go for it now than never doing it at all.
Yeah.
There's nothing that scary in this world, to be honest. It's all a matter of going for it.
Yeah.
Trying it out. It might not work out right away, but going for it and doing everything you can to master it.
Really putting in the effort. These past years, guys, it's been, you have it's sold. Like things like that. It's like there was a million people that needed landscapings, and there was only 100,000 landscapers. Now that thing is flipped. Things have flipped. The middle class funded a lot of what the past 3 years was. The middle class is not funding that anymore. You got to be realistic, guys. And these are the things that I look at to make different decisions as well on everything. The middle class has been crushed with just what inflation is, and with just interest rates and everything that have climbed, looking more towards the money side of things. We're seeing more of the rich getting richer, which is what I see. I see society becoming more of a rental society, and I don't see the rich stopping. At least in South Florida, things haven't stopped. I know in other parts of the world, things might have slowed down in different places, but for the most part, the money's still running. So you have to figure out what you can do when it comes to value. I really feel like value is number one, man.
Value is always number one.
And it's not, the money's not calling you anymore. Now you have to be a good salesman. So if you're not a good salesman and you're not bringing in sales, don't quit. Go learn the knowledge, like what Eddie's saying, and learn to level up your game. That way you understand more of it. Talk to people. You see somebody that's knowledgeable that wants to reach out and speak to you and give you some knowledge, listen to it, record it if you have to. Whatever it is that you have to do, just really learn. And it's hard. You can learn sales tactics and stuff like that from different people online and stuff like that. But it's different because you're trying to cater it to your industry, and that's not something that there is. There's no sales course out here that you could take. Maybe one day we do that. Maybe we do courses and we sell courses.
That was part of the plan.
That's part of the plan. The future,
Yeah.
We have a huge plan for the Plant Movement Network at the end of the day, and it involves all of you guys, an opportunity for people that want to jump on board. So like the ideas are endless and the options are endless.
So go into it,
but you have to overcome everything.
So Willie, for 2023, you are a wholesale plant nursery owner, and your business is successful, and you're pushing forward. What are some practices or habits that contributed to your success?
Oh, and the list is long. It starts with looking in, and this is something that I started from a young age because I saw the opportunity to do so, is building relationships, seeing what you can bring to the table, because if a landscaper calls me, they might ask for something, or they might ask for something that they might not even need at that moment, or which might be something that they need further down. So it's like, okay, what can I do to get that order in 2 months from now, to really lock it in? Or maybe they're on step 20 and they're supposed to be on step 5, and maybe I've learned things from other people, learning the processes on how to do things properly and what actually flows, like a nice river with no rocks in the middle, and maybe educate on that and just throw out, my 2 cents. You look to solve problems, and that's one thing that I've really learned in a big way that really helps everyone in the process. I've learned to not look at it for yourself. Like today, we had some plants that we had to move, that we had an order for, and we gave them a price, and we're supposed to make money on that price, and guess what? We didn't make $1 on the price, because what we ended up having to get was not what we wanted, so we had to go and look into what the customer's best interest is, and I look at it as investing into the future. Investing isn't just throwing money into an asset or something something like that, or putting, someone on the payroll. Investing can also be looking into the future potential that you might have with a client. So it was something like that. Go get them the best of the best, and I don't care what it costs. We're not going to make money on it, but I don't care to make money. I'm going to lose some money, but it's okay because I need to have this guy shine. And I really need to bring something to the table that he's going to, love, and his client at the end of the day is going to love. More thinking less of yourself, less for today. Like I used to tell customers, I don't want this check of yours. I want to see how I can continue getting all of them. And it's by bringing that value, thinking outside the box, doing what others don't. That's what makes you a trendsetter. Everybody does it a specific way. It doesn't mean you have to do it that way. Holding material for people, things like that. It's like what we talked on the podcast with Go Material, which was an awesome episode if you guys didn't listen to it. Holding product. He said, but no grower wants to hold product. Why would they hold product if they have 10 other people calling? And it's like, well, they don't want to build a relationship. That's why others are where they are. And why? Because they go above and beyond. I've talked to many landscapers that are high end, and they do what others don't.
Right.
The small details, guys, have so much to do with it. The little things, because the big things, it's like norm. Everybody does, everybody knows, but it's the small things that you bring to the table, just something different, and it allows you to really stand out. I feel like that's something that has helped just elevate the whole process, over the years, and innovating and just making things more crispy, being up on the trends, being the first, if anything, to go after it and really try to make it happen, and just thinking outside the box. Jumping into 2024, guys, you have to really shine. You have to really shine. And I don't know what other questions Eddie has for me, so I don't want to jump too deep into that. But those are just some of the things that contribute to it, and learn to be fearless when it comes to investing. A lot of individuals, it's like you work so hard to make money. It's like a prized possession, I heard the other day on a podcast some guy saying that he wants to save $1 million. And it's like, man, I don't ever want $1 million in the bank, because $1 million doesn't produce anything. And you have to learn, like, what we do at A's is not just grow plants. Like, it is wild. It is literally the wild, wild west over here. We do so many different things, and there's a million moving parts. And the only way to really fund the operation is to be fearless when it comes to investing. The second I get it, I don't want it anymore. What am I going to put it in? And that's how you invest into hundreds, if not thousands of different things if you really look at it, or millions of different things if we look at it by plant. But I'm saying, like, there's just so many opportunities that people don't jump on based off of fear, based off of knowledge and lack of knowledge, let's say, not knowing what's on the other side, or not playing it that far out, or not knowing what 5 years could be, and not taking a chance. Becoming fearless in investing and seeing the light at the end of the tunnel in every single avenue, and that's something that I've been able to learn and really grasp. I'll play it out in 2 seconds in my mind. And then it's like, boom, we're going to go, and we do it, and it happens. And it's just things that you learn over the years. It's not so much confidence. It's more of, let's say, knowledge that you're certain. You're certain that this is how it's going to happen. It's not the confidence, because you can have confidence, but you don't know what's on the other side. But it's more of knowledge of knowing 100% this is what's going to happen if I do it this way, because I've done it a million times. I see less of that going on, and people, the new era, really not investing into the right things at the right time. And it's not everybody, guys, it's a small percentage. But if you learn to invest quicker, and you're investing into things that have quick turnarounds, you get the money back quick, and then now you can throw it into something else to continue growing whatever it is that you're trying to do.
You're 100% right. So, 2023 was pretty awesome. And
2023 was good.
Like, in all reality, with the podcast, I mean, I could literally go down the list of the people that we interviewed, and we've had some pretty fantastic people. 100%. I mean, even just to begin like the year, we had the exotic plant auctions with Sonia from Sunny Blooms.
Yeah. Which guys, she's coming back on.
She's coming back on, which is something to look forward to.
Shout out to Sonia.
We had Maite that's down the street in her nursery.
No, so Maite, what's cool about Maite is she's featured on Univision.
Yeah, she is.
And she has a garden center, and she's a woman. Her first language is Spanish, and she's doing it, man. She does a bunch of stuff on social media too.
We had Mariana.
Ooh.
With the pots, and she also has the harvest patio.
Yes.
Who's doing absolutely amazing things. Like, these are episodes that if
you guys gotta watch that episode on YouTube.
Oh, we have Chip that does, he travels the world. Like, it's crazy. His niche is so amazing. Cycads, and
I told him, Chip, man, take a GoPro with you.
And this year also, we've had a lot of little hurdles thrown at us. The heat ordinance.
Yeah.
We also had, what was it, the other one?
The employees.
The employees, the immigrants. That was an episode we did with Martha.
Yeah, but we were able to bring solutions to everything.
Exactly. So, I mean, that was just a little hiccup in the industry. We also had Rainier with 2M, who, you know, everything that he does when it comes to equipment, all the equipment you can buy, all the services he provides.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Right. We had also
John.
We had
lights.
John.
Yeah.
We had John with the lights.
Green Foundry.
Yes.
That, guys.
Another fire. Oh,
so
Matt
many things.
Brevard Outdoors.
Man.
Christian man.
Culture.
Amazing. We had Harold.
Yes.
We had the doctor here with us, which was another absolutely amazing, knowledgeable episode. And then we go right into another one that's revolutionizing the plant industry with gold materials.
Yeah, man. Crazy.
I'm telling you, 2023 was like some
and there's
hits.
a million other more. Guys, what I see from everybody, like Eddie just telling me this, I think of all their stories. And like we had conversations with them before they jumped on the podcast. And it's like, man, you think of all these people's stories. Like we all relate in such a big way, you know, because we all started from somewhere. Even if you're, let's say you're someone that is in a family that came from money or something like that, because you don't have to come from the bottom, but these are people that even if they came from money, they grabbed onto something purposefully and they reached something crazy and they were able to achieve it regardless of having money or not. You know, it's hard to achieve it. You can have $1 million and throw it into the wrong thing and you can lose it all, you know. Their stories, what they bring to the table, what everyone brings to the table is just so insane, you know, and then everyone is passionate. Everyone loves what they do. You know, these people aren't just spending time trying to figure out what they're going to do next when it comes to, you know, self-fulfillment of where I'm going to go on vacation and what car I'm going to buy and I'm going to buy this boat. Like, no, these are people that are focused, goal-driven on what they want to do. Like Mariana came from Costa Rica and she popped up with a landscape company and 2 shops and a coffee shop with a huge moss wall and plants in a mall. Not only and just so much.
A gentleman that was a landscaper and found a niche in catching iguanas and controlling iguanas.
Yes, look at that.
Michael with you know, just finding,
and he's passionate about it. He answered one of the questions on Instagram on what are your goals for 2024, and he wants to start something for the animals that are being affected. So it's like it takes you places, man, and you never know where you're gonna be. Look, he was on the news the other day. You know, so you never know what's gonna happen, but you gotta go after that. You gotta go after something that fuels you every single day. And every day.
We also learn too of people that are doing great things behind the scenes that we don't even know about, like Costa Farms and the Farm Bureau, the heat ordinance. Those are the people that are behind the scenes trying to make sure that everything's, you know, taken care of for the green industry.
For the industry. A lot of those are things that I feel like 2024 is going to evolve, and we're going to be able to get more of those people on to just really bring you guys value. And not just that, but like how cool is that if you guys get to listen to someone that knows what's going on that you have no clue. How much better prepared can you be? You know, because you need to be prepared for whatever may happen. So it's like, dude, this is really, really cool. You know, the podcasts are starting to
really
gain more
evolve
traction.
into things. Yeah, we even spoke about opportunities within your business. We brought Daisy on, and we spoke about, you know, just moving up within your business and, you know, wanting to continue growing, which is absolutely fantastic. And David Turr speaking about his platform, which allows nurseries to better track their product and their inventory and
what he has done behind the scenes. We don't talk about that. It's all confidential. But what he's done behind the scene, guys, you know, he's got bigger ones between his legs than 99% of the people that you think are Mr. Machos. I give it to David.
David. He doesn't come from the green industry. And he's doing something for the green industry. Just like when I came in here, I just brought my vision when it came to videos into an industry that, you know, didn't have it in that way before, you know, so it's crazy. And we also happened to know his story. We spoke about him earlier.
It's crazy, man.
There's nothing like that story is so powerful that it's amazing. And we've also finished up the year with the last interview with Adrian from INS Insurance, INS Insurance, and his powerful story and his motivation and the man that he's become today and the way his business has grown in the last 2 years.
And what he's looking to do into the future. Like there's
innovating.
Guys, everyone that we've mentioned is driven. And it's not by money. It's about what fuels them. It's passion. You know, so that's why you got to go after something that you're passionate about, regardless if it makes money or not. because that's what's going to get you up every day. That's what's going to keep you focused. That's what's going to keep you wanting to push the envelope every single day. Like Chip, he travels the world to go find a cycad. That's not everybody's thing, but boy, is that cool.
But
and he
that's
gets
his
to
passion.
travel the world, you know, and his landscape company funds his dream. And it's like, wow, this is so cool. Like,
No, and he speaks
this
in
is just
conferences.
awesome.
Chip doesn't stop there. Chip,
Of course,
Chip
he
knows
does
his
so
stuff.
much.
Chip is out there.
Everybody, there's so much to learn from all these episodes, even if they didn't say something, you know, just by their energy and what they bring to the table, the confidence and just everything is really powerful. And I'm very glad and happy that the podcast, we've stuck with it.
Of course.
And we're going to continue just evolving it and making it better.
And just with that being said, the amount of connections that we've helped people make.
Yeah.
We had a gentleman here that uses the majority of the people that we feature on the podcast to make better connections with them, to supply his customers with better products and services.
100%. Yeah, because
How
he wants to
amazing is
work
that?
with the best.
He wants to work with the best. And that just shows, like, it really does show that we are doing something powerful for the industry. And we do appreciate everybody that does listen.
No, and the people that have come on.
And
we
the people that
appreciate.
contributed.
And you guys
do
that are
everything.
going to jump on, because I'm proclaiming that.
Of course. And we look forward to continuing bringing more of you guys to speak about anything. In all reality, like, we want wholesale nurseries to come on and speak about, you know, more of the of what's going on within the industry, you know, in a interpersonal level. Because, you know, I could sit here with Willie, but I'm not a nursery grower. You know, it's like my profession is a little bit different than, you know, what this is. You know, it's he's the man when it comes to the green industry. You know, but we want to continue connecting more people that are in the industry, so you have a better connection, you know, with what's actually going on. You know, because Willie could talk about it, but him as one person could only say so much. And what are you going to take from that? When you have two people saying the same thing, then things become a little bit different.
I feel like over time that will happen. Remember, this is an old school industry, and people might be scared to jump on the podcast.
Right.
We've had people, we've interviewed people that they literally get so nervous sitting here that they freak out, and we just stop everything. And that's it. They leave. Not what it is.
It took me forever to get comfortable.
I understand what it is, but
I'm always behind it. But in front of it, I get nervous.
But we got other people coming on too that are high end landscapers, high end landscape designers, to really get into their minds and I don't know. We have a lot in the works. And we're going to continue pushing the envelope.
The nerves go away after a little while. But it's okay. I can edit everything out, so don't worry about it.
No, but there's a lot of opportunity. Just like also something that we've introduced that we haven't pushed too much is also an opportunity for you guys to really get a hold of the listeners that are here in ways of advertising. That's something too that we're gonna be implementing.
We're not pushing
more.
it hard, but soon enough.
We're not pushing it hard because we like things to evolve naturally.
Exactly.
So it's, you know, ad space. Imagine you're listening to this and, you know, your ad gets to pop up, and now all the listeners that listen, they get to hear it, and it's all real, it's all genuine, nothing's fake, none of the followers, none of the listens, everything is organic. And we do it that way because we want it to be that way. We want it to be real.
You know, we just want to be 100% with people. We just want our community to be solid.
We want
our
it to be
network
real.
to be our network.
We want it to be real, we want it to be correct, and we want you guys to have, you know, an impact if you were to do anything like that when it comes to any other things that we offer.
We want you to stay connected with the industry. That's the goal.
100%.
When it comes to the organicness of it, it's connected with real people in the industry. Like everybody that's involved in the industry. You're listening, you're part of this industry. You're a landscaper, you're a garden center, you're a hardscaper, you're a
whatever it is.
You're another nursery.
So if you're advertising here, it's connecting with those same people that are like-minded, that are following the same things, that listen to the podcast, that they want to learn, they want to grow. And think about that. If we have people that just listen, that use the people that are on here, imagine what the ads can do for somebody.
Of course.
You know?
And we've partnered up for a long time now with Planet. We've
100%.
done things with Planet, and which we always give them a shout out because they're really connected with us, and we do a lot of work with them.
Planet's one that I really believe in, and I've been there since day one. I was one of their first customers, and literally one of their first customers, and I've seen them evolve and how many people use it and how much opportunity it brings. Like I was talking to somebody the other day, I'm like, dude, Planet, bro, for 25 cents, you can connect with a customer that can become $100,000, $500,000 client a year. And how did you make that connection? Through Planet, and it costs you 25 cents for the click. It's like, come on, guys. The value is wild. The value is wild, what Planet brings to the table, and that's why I really like them. I feel like it's the best platform that's available today that works well. And, you know, there's always room to grow, you know, like for everything. But I do feel that that is the best platform that a lot of people use, and there's a lot of people using it. So if you're a grower or you're a broker and you don't have product on planand.com, you need to call Catalina.
Correct.
All right. So go to planand.com, get their information, and reach out to Catalina, and she's going to set you up. Let her know that you guys heard from her from the Plant Movement podcast, and that you're excited to team up with them and make all the opportunities a reality for you, because that's really what it is. Get your product in landscapers' hands. And that's what I love about Planet.
So Willie, let's finish up the episode, and in preparation for 2024. What do you think? Like, what do you suggest? What do you want to tell your audience? For going into 2024.
One thing, not to cut you off, sorry. One thing that I'm a big advocate of is understanding what's going on around the world.
Okay.
And unless you guys live in some type of bubble, I know we don't talk about it here because we like to have everything positive and it's more green industry based. But in the reality of what it is, there's high tensions around the world with war and stuff like that. There's a lot of things going on. You have interest rates high, you have inflation, that if interest rates drop in 2024, like they're saying, people are saying that it might go into hyperinflation, all of those things, right? So it's like, you know that is a possibility of happening, but you can't dwell on that. That's something that I know, and I prepare myself for that, personal wise, whatever I can do. Store some food, have some tangible assets like silver, gold, things like that is what I like to have. Throw in your pocket and you ride and you figure it out later. But it's like knowing those things are going on is a great indicator to know what you should do. And I really feel like 2024 is a year of stand out or sink. And I don't mean it in a bad way, but it's in a way of really elevating and pushing the limits. Like if you've been spending too much time scrolling on social media, you've been spending too much time eating crap, hanging out with the buddies, doing this, doing that, and not focused, you will have the time of your life trying to hold on tight because you don't have your seatbelt on. 2024 and 5, I feel like is a seatbelt on harness, 5-point harness, race car harness on, where you are focused, dived in deep into what you are doing and figuring out where you are and what is next. Perfecting what you do, perfecting your team, being more open, letting people know some of the things that you're doing within your business. That way they feel more confident. You can have that guy right now that's your superstar, but he's not confident in you because he sees that you're not doing the right things. And guess what? His opportunity will come to leave because of you not putting in the work. All those type of things, man, play a huge part in 2024 of what's going on. Obviously, like with COVID, and I've said it before, 90% sales drop, Are we prepared for that? Yeah, I'm prepared. Why? Because I've been through it. So I'm not going to let it happen again.
So you're saying be prepared for anything that could happen. Like,
be prepared.
Like a catastrophe.
Look, I've spoken with people in regards to 9/11. What happened in 9/11? They said that for 3 months everything was slow. Because no one knew what they were going to do. And people aren't going to be spending money if there's a war.
Right.
So it's like, what are you going to do? What's your game plan? Oh, bro, I don't think about those things. Those things are negative, this and that. It's like, okay, don't think about it. It's okay. Someone else is going to show up prepared because they thought about it and they prepared for it, and they're going to win. And that's what it is. Like you said earlier, that, Miami or the industry is very competitive. So what are you going to do to really make an impact? What are you going to do to add value to your clients? Do you listen to your clients? Do you ask them questions? Today I called a client that was a first-time client, and I asked him today. He got the order yesterday. I called him today. I never call him the same day. I always let them do their thing, and the next day I call him. How was everything? What can we do to improve your experience? He said nothing. But I was waiting for him to tell me something because I want to know what he sees that we can improve on.
Of course.
Because you never know who that person is. You never know what they know.
Right.
So it's like always grasping for just more of self-development and business development and what you can do.
And trying to perfect your
Try
craft.
to perfect everything. And there's like you guys that are small that are listening, and it's like, well, how can I do that, this and that? Focus on what you're doing. And think.
Make it the best that it could
Think on what you can really do to bring value to your client, put yourself in their shoes. I've said it before. I go to a restaurant, I am looking not just at the food, but the presentation, how people are dressed, what service they bring, how nice they were, how kind they were, if they were to pull something off that maybe I wanted to order that wasn't, let's say, there.
Available.
Or, things like that.
Yeah.
What do they bring to the table to get me to come back?
Yeah, so what value are you bringing to the table that's going to allow your customers
someone to come back?
Yeah, exactly.
And
happily.
Yeah, and one thing that I never talked about because I didn't tell you guys what our goals were, my goals were for 2024 when it comes to my business. I'm not looking to scale and double my size of my business in 2024. Obviously, we push for that, but if that happens, great. All I want to do is stay afloat. Keep your goals realistic. Okay, and something that you know that is achievable. Obviously, you shoot for the stars every single day, but know that if you don't hit the star that's up high and you hit the one that's a little lower, you hit the one that's a little lower and you hit it. Understand that what's coming for the future of 2024 when it comes to politics, the government not running the country the proper way, all of those things, guys, trust me, we know all about them. Bad management, we know where that leads. What's been going on, behind the scenes that none of us can really do much about because we don't make those decisions.
We don't know what's going on, but we know there's
what I mean,
something a little off going on.
Well,
So what Willie's really trying to say is put your seatbelt on and just get ready for a ride.
And focus on what you need to do. There's always someone with money. If you think negatively, everything's gonna crash and all this stuff, and it's like, nah, it's not gonna happen like that, because there's always someone that needs something. Regardless of what's going on around the world, there's always someone that doesn't care. They're gonna push forward on what they have as plans. I see a lot of money coming from the top. I see a lot of building going on, a lot of apartment buildings. I see a lot of private equity firms buying up real estate. I don't see real estate, at least here, dropping anytime soon. I see it very competitive market. Yes, there's less players, but the players that are there, they're there. And they're coming with either cash or they're coming with something. Take the opportunities as they come and go full throttle. Don't be scared. What's the worst that can happen? You lose some money? Okay, well, you learned,
right.
And that happens. If you learn to, going back to investing, you invest into 1,000 different things. Yeah, 5 of them might blow up. That's cool, but you still got 995 more that are thriving. Right. So there's, I don't know. That's what I see for 2024. Put your seatbelt on, hold on tight, be prepared, be open-minded, focus on others, not yourself, bring value wherever you are, in whatever chair you sit in. Whether you're someone outside, planting plants, or whether you're someone that's a CEO or president of a company, really be prepared. You are not invincible. Everything can be taken away from you in a second. Ego small. And I agree. And push for the stars as always. And we're here to guide you in anything that we bring to the table. And just with the education purposes, there's a lot of episodes that are going to be, I know they're going to be great for this year, 2024. And the more negative things that happen, it's just better because we can bring more positivity and more light on how to get out of those situations, which is something that I'm excited for. I hope none of that happens.
To an extent.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Maybe we say it differently.
My God. No, we just want to continue bringing value and educating and providing great people that could bring more value to your business. Yeah,
and opportunities for everyone.
You guys continue growing and continue, giving you guys the opportunity to represent your business and the great things that you guys do.
100%. If you guys have any questions for us or anything that you would like to see as topics or anything like that, if you're on YouTube, throw it down in the comment section. And if you're on the platforms for the podcast, jump on Instagram and shoot us a DM at the Plant Movement Podcast. And reach out to us, guys. We are 2 humans. We are alive. We're not AI robots, at least not yet.
Oh, my God.
That'll be cool if we can do that in the future. We don't have to do it.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I guess. Just let them do it.
We could be saving time. No, I'm just messing around. But, guys, we love you. We want a strong 2024 for everybody. If you guys stay tuned to the last, minutes of this episode, we love you guys. We know you guys are troopers. And we're really, really, really engaged in growing the green industry in a proper way, the way that it's supposed to be, by educating people the right way, how to do the right thing, how to be a man, and how to do things.
And a woman.
And a woman. How to do things the right way, because that's what this industry really, really is. It does have that old school mentality when it comes to that mafia style, where if you look at somebody and you nod your head, that's exactly, you better come through,
But it's evolving. It's growing. It's changing.
It's changing.
Little by little, it's getting there. We're seeing it.
Yeah, we're seeing it change. But that's what it is, and we want to just continue with you guys. And thank you guys for tuning in this whole year. I hope you guys got something from it. If you did get something from it and you want to tell us your story, we would be excited to hear it. I'll tell you that. All right, guys. So God bless you. You have anything else you want to say?
No, we'll see you guys next year.
God bless you guys. We'll see you guys in January. Bye. Bye.
Thank you for listening to this edition of The Plant Movement. Willie and Eddie invite you to connect with them on Instagram at both The Plant Movement Podcast and A's Ornamental Nursery. Those links are in the show description. Please leave us a well-worded 5-star review on Apple Podcasts to help others find the show. And remember to tap the follow button so that you'll be notified when the next edition of The Plant Movement is available.